Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome to our second part of the session. This session. एसी ज्यादा हो गया क्या? चल रहा है. रुद्रपरितो कदवानना दवानलानिलै संतप्यमान पतितप्तवालुके रुद्रेण पृष्ठे कषया च ताडिता चलत्यशक्तो विनिराश्रमुदके. Under the scorching sun, the criminal has to pass through roads of hot sand with forest fires on both sides. He is whipped on the back by the constables because of his inability to walk, and he is afflicted by hunger and thirst. But unfortunately, there is no drinking water, no shelter, and no place for rest on the road. So that means they are beating the sticks, and so much heat on the road, and too much hotness from the sun, scorching heat. And both sides, big forests are with fire, and no water, and dogs are biting. This is real. This is from Bhagavatam. हाँ? अभी नहीं, आगे यमदूत के पास जाएंगे ना, यमराज के पास जजमेंट मिलेगा. Yes, subtle body only will feel. Now also mind is feeling, thinking, feeling, willing is mind. तत्र तत्र पतंशान्तो मूर्छितः पुनरुत्थितः पथा पापीयसुपुनीतः तरसायमसादनम्. While passing on the road to the abode of Yamarāja, he falls down in fatigue, and sometimes he becomes unconscious, but he is forced to rise again. In this way, he is very quickly brought to the presence of Yamarāja. Yojanānām sahasrāni navatim navachatvanah Trivirmurtairvabhyam va nitaha prapnoti yatana. Thus he has to pass 99,000 yojanas within 2 or 3 moments. And then he is at once engaged in torturous punishment, which he is destined to suffer. Very short time. That means that much distance is within very short time. One yojana is calculated to be 8 miles. Okay, you can read these numbers. Adipanam swagatranam veshtit olmukadipihi atmamam sadaram kvapi swakruttam paratopi va. He is placed in the pedestal of burning pieces of wood. Burning pieces of wood he is placed, and his limbs are set on fire. In some cases, he is made to eat his own flesh or have it eaten by others. There are different kinds of punishments. You can find different kinds of punishments in fifth canto. It is coming. It is going to come very soon next year. We are going to study in detail, actually. Description of hellish planets. What are the different kinds of punishments? There are the 28 hellish planets. Tamisra, Andatamisra, Raurava, Maharaurava, Vipaka, Kalasutra, Asipatra Varna, Sukarmukha, Andapupa, Krimibhojana, Sandhamsha, Taptasur. Like this, you have 28 types of punishments. 28 hells, and you will be given 20 types of punishments. Very, that means dangerous actually this is. A person who steals another's money, wife, or possessions is put into the hell known as Tamisa. And one who tricks someone and enjoys his wife is put into extremely hellish condition known as Andatamisra. So what is that Tamisra and Andatamisra is also explained. They are going to come very soon. So we have to. This is very good for the newcomers. डराने के लिए तो ऐसा होगा यदि हम भाग भी जा सकते हैं हाँ नहीं So these things we'll be studying in the 26th chapter of 5th canto. Some samples are there now. Only few things are discussed here. So example is Tamisra is going to be discussed here. Like in the last, so Prabhupada is writing in the Paraput for this sutra. So he is placed in the middle of that means there will be so wood which is burning in that inside will be thrown. From this verse through the next 3 verses, the description of punishment will be narrated. The first description is that criminal has to eat his own flesh, burning with fire, or allow others like himself who are present there to eat. In the last great war, people in concentration camp sometimes they understood. Sharing is not happening. That's why Mataji called screen sharing. I forgot. So, in the last great war, people in concentration camps sometimes are their own stool. So there is no wonder that in the Yamasadana, the abode of Yamarāja, one who had a very enjoyable life, eating others' flesh, has to eat his own flesh. They were eating own stool actually. Worldwide. The last day. जीवतश्चान्त्रव्युद्धारः स्वगुत्रैर्यमसादने सर्पवृश्चिकादंशाद्यै दशद्भिश्चात्मवैशसम्. His entrails are pulled out by the hounds and vultures of hell. Even though he is still alive to see it, and he is subjected to torment by serpents, scorpions, gnats, and other creatures that bite. Kruntanam chavayavasho gajadibhyo vidapanam patanam girishurubhyo rodanam chambugartayah rodhanam chambugartayo. Next, his limbs are lopped off and torn asunder by elephants. He is hurled down from hilltops, and he is also held captive either in water or in a cave. Yastamisram datamisra Rauravadhyascha yatana Bhunte narova nariva Pitasangena nirmita Pitasangena nirmita. Men and women whose lives were built upon indulgence in illicit sex life are put into many kinds of miserable conditions in the hells known as Tamisra, Anda Tamisra, Raurava, and all these actually. I just read out Tamisra, Anda Tamisra, Raurava, all these, Maharaurava, Mbipaka, Kala Sutra, and so on. So they are 22. Where these are planets, you know? Where are these planets? Huh? इसके नीचे पृथ्वी के नीचे है सब वो जुहू वाले को एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ दिस इज व्हाट दिस इज universe material universe and in middle what is there earth is there earth it's like a disk and he is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu and is sleeping on what is lying on Garbhodaka ocean so just on the top of that water not on the water but some distance is there so earth planet is there in that earth planet middle who is there Sumeru is there and this earth planet is actually having different islands. This is one island, and then after that, ocean will be there. Next island, this is next island, and then after that, ocean. Then next island. Then after that, ocean. Next island. So islands, ocean, like that. How many are there? How many islands? Saptadvipaha, 7. Middle Dvipa is what? Jambu Dvipa. In middle of Jambu Dvipa, what is there? Sumeru. So under Sumeru, there is, that means under Sumeru, that means if you dig under Sumeru and if you go inside. So there is an open space inside, that's a cavity is there. In this cavity, what are there? Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Patala, and Rasatala and Patala. All are there inside earth. So Patala is the last one. Here, near to this Patala, here, what are there? So 28 hellish planets. These 28, whatever we are reading now, Tamisra, Anga Tamisra, Raurava, Maharaurava, all are there. So we will be punished here. So you see,
they're not inside earth.
Inside.
Below.
Inside below. So, and this earth is lying on what? Anantashesh. And Anantashesh is supported by whom? Kurmavtar. Tortoise. And tortoise is lying on Garbhodaka. Tortoise can hold, no? Tortoise doesn't need any support. In water. Water it can be happily standing. And tortoise who is there? Anantashesh. And Anantashesh, earth is there. In the middle earth cavity, this Atala, Vitala, Sutala all are there. Okay? Huh? One earth planet. In one universe, one earth planet. Only 14 planets. In planetary system, 14 are there. So Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Patala, Rasatala. These are 7. Earth is 8. Next, Bhurloka, Swargaloka, Maharloka, Jana, Janaloka, next Tapoloka, finally Satya. Apart from this, there are so many other small, like Varun Loka, Chandra Loka, Indra Loka. They have so many resorts actually. Their own small, so lokas. Agni Loka, Surya Loka, Chandra Loka, Varun Loka, Vayu Loka. Like this, they are there. They are not coming under these 14. They are all small lokas. And in Sargaloka also they reside. And for the outing, sometimes they have guest house outside the city, no? Like that. They have their own lokas. Huh? Huh? अच्छा ये जो मॉडर्न वाला that's a Navagraha we study in the Jyotisha. All they are there. Those are Sisumara Loka actually. They are different stars. So 27 nakshatras and also various grahas, Buddha, Supra and Rahu, Ketu, all on top of Sumeru. If you go little high, there is a Sisumara Loka actually. So there you can find all these planets and nakshatras. Okay. So next. So these 28 types of hellish planets are meant for giving punishment for this conditioned jiva. But those who do devotion, but they are not fully successful, but they will not go to these hellish planets, provided they are not become sinful on the strength of holy. This I will explain actually in the next chapters. 6th chapter. Materialistic life is based on sex life. The existence of all materialistic people who are undergoing severe tribulation in the struggle for existence is based on sex. Therefore, in the Vedic civilization, sex life is allowed only in a restricted way. Now sex became normal now. Friend for benefit. You know this concept? Now the youth so they are going for friend for benefit. Means whatever resources you have, I can enjoy, and whatever I have, you can enjoy. But there is no commitment from each other. This is a new concept. Whoever you have the young children, so sons and daughters, be careful. Lot of demonic concepts are introduced to the college boys and girls. There is no wrong in that. They are not feeling any shy for doing that means before marriage, having a sexual intercourse. It's illegal and it is illicit sex. It's wrong. Such a consciousness and such a thing is not cultivated in the nowadays youth. On contrary, it is said that what is there? Before marriage, you can go anywhere and you can do anything. So once you are committed with the marriage, okay. So after that, I will not go for any wrong thing. Before that, I can do anything. So we are friends. Now it became so normal. So we are friends and we can do anything. And this is known as friend for benefit. What is this actually nonsense? Friend for benefit means whatever the no commitment and do whatever enjoyment you can. And then after breakup, okay, plus. And I will not disturb you, and you should not disturb me in me. In later. This is already entered actually. Co-living. Even parents also supporting nowadays co-living. You know the reason? Co-living means na? Tell you Asia. आप लोगों को तो पता ही चले. Co-living hostels you are not seeing so many co-living. Huh? So, co-living is not there. There huh? No, co-living. Living relationship is also another concept. That not necessary that to be co-living. Living relationship is also another concept. Co-living means they say that boys and girls they stay together actually in hostels. So What is the reason the parents they are giving, to support this? So demonic actually. They are saying that, so at least if she is with one man, one boy, he will be protecting him. He will be protecting her. So otherwise there is no protection for the girls. Recently some incidents happened, a Shraddha incident. You all know Shraddha incident. So that person was cutting her body into 36 pieces and throwing here and there. Better to not to happen such a things in having a one person as a security while studying. It is good, good or not. This is the logic they are giving it. And they are happily engaging actually, happily saying, okay, no problem. So at least he is saving you. And they say that we are friends, just that's all. And also friend for benefit. So for my benefit, he is there, and for her, his benefit, I am there. That's all. No commitment. This is the standard of the society. That means what the demons they do in the society, they try to normalize the all these illicit things as common to the people actually. Such a way they introduce the concepts, ideology they give like that. Now that will become so easy and common. And after some days, nobody will bother that before marriage what kind of relationship she is having or he is having. They are not going to check any purity actually. Even after marriage also, so if there is a commitment is there, okay, we are together, and if there is no agreement, then we'll finish our agreement and we'll be going as our own way. This is going to become so normal. It's already came actually in many places. Every one hostel in 3 hostels of Bangalore is now co-living hostel. And after that, in coming days, it will become common actually. Even in the colleges also, it will be co-living hostels. Then brahmacharis, where they will go and teach. Co-living hostels. The one before marriage staying with a girl, what kind of consciousness he can have? And what kind of purity actually? Where there is an illicit sex, there is no cleanliness. Can he think anything cleanly? Even now we are also struggling to think cleanly. We are always putting our conditioning to understand, to read the Prabhupada purports also, we are bringing out our conditioning and we are taking the conveniently meanings. And we are sitting there only, no progress. Because of why it is happening? Because of no cleanliness in thinking. Unclean thinking actually. Unclean thinking became common. Now, such a people who are in the relationship with the woman, so what kind of cleanliness you can expect from him? Can they understand these purports? Can they, these purports, will they make any sense for them? They say that it's impossible. Without sex life, how we can live? It is like a necessary for the life. Can you expect any brahmacharya life from them? What is going to happen to our mission? So we have to think very seriously. We should have our own communities. We should set a better life. We should show a better life and better communities. Like this, therefore, in the Vedic civilization, sex life is allowed only in a restricted way. Because that is the most so attracting thing in this creation actually for the living entity, conditioned living entity. And that has to be restricted actually. They can't go in an irregulated way having sex. Even with the wife also, one should go for only for getting the children. Then what to speak of this? So before marriage having sex. Now most of the girls, they are all cheated by this kind of people actually. Dating apps is another concept actually. Dating apps without any physical relationship. So they keep on chatting on the dating apps through that. Then finally, what is happening? So they are coming in physical relationship and so they got cheated actually. Girls are got cheated. So exploiting. Because they are not in protection of the parents. Girls also nowadays they are staying in hostels. So because of their bad association, they are also drinking actually. Now girls are drinking. They are also smoking. They are also now, it's became common actually. Drinking and smoking became common in the such a way, sex life also became so common. If she doesn't have any boyfriend, then they will be laughing at her. Such a situation came actually in society. It's a demonic society. It's a demonic society actually. In this way, day by day, society is going down, 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 down. Because there is no value education actually. Values are not at all taught. Importance of the chastity is not taught to girls. Importance of celibacy is not to boys. On reverse, they said that they are saying to the girl, instead of becoming submissive and chaste, they are saying that you should become independent. You earn your own money and you don't need to hear anyone. And now, because of this kind of environment, this kind of teachings, what is happening in the society, there is a lot of hatred between male and female. Females, they don't like male actually. And by seeing such a non-submissive females, male also not liking. Now girls, they say that we don't want males. We don't want to be submissive. We want to live our own life. And I need my own space. Even nowadays, wife he started saying that she needs own space. What is this own space? ये कहाँ से आया? कौन सा space चाहिए? She has to submissive to her husband. What space she needs? That means you should not enter into my personals. It's my personal. Why you have to see my mobile? So it's my space. I committed to be with you, so be happy. I am doing my thing and you do your thing. That's all. But I need my own space. Now, even children are saying that they are telling to the parents, I need my space. Means what? Those who has to be submissive, they want to be like rebels. Women and children, they has to be submissive and they should be protected actually. If they say that I need space and I don't want your interference in certain things, then what is going to happen actually? Then who is going to protect them actually? Woman, when she is submissive, she will be more happy than when she became independent. Independent woman will be happy or submissive woman will be happy? Submissive woman will be happy. So, this is the Vedic teaching. You can see the Prabhupada purports clearly written again and again. But now what they are teaching, your parents are teaching that, don't become submissive. You should become independent. And this race is now going on. Woman doesn't want to become submissive and male doesn't want to take care. Then what is happening? What is going to happen to that society? That society will be like an animalistic society. Male doesn't want to care. They are having illicit sex and leaving the girls. And by seeing this, woman became insecure and they want to be independent. And they don't want to be submissive. I cannot trust anyone. That's why I need my own earnings, my own space, and I want to be alone. Or otherwise, she will keep another female. That's the lesbian scheme. It led to the lesbian sex then. And homosex and lesbian sex is happening. So are you observing this society? It's already spreading like this. This culture is going like anything. If you go to the US, it's a worse situation. They know what they are thinking. They want to change the gender now. It's another worst thing actually. Changing gender. If you see horoscope of the people who took birth after 2000, it's most worst horoscope. No, that means in every horoscope there is dosha. Because the girls or boys who took birth after 2000 and so, This is the experience of astrologers. They are saying, they are crying. What is this society actually? That means all are love marriages and not having the proper family life. Because through horoscope you can easily come to know. So what? How it, their future family life, children, and also they have very limited children because of the food, contaminated food is increasing the impotence. Potency is not there in the male and food to produce a children. And because of the values went down, nobody is sticking to their husbands, girls. And similarly, husbands are not ready to take care of the girls. They don't want to take the pain of the protecting girls. Similarly, girls are not no, they have no submissiveness. So such a horoscopes are come. All it's common. They are getting nice money actually. But when sex life is indulged in for sense gratification illegally and illicitly, both men and women avoid severe punishment in this world or after death. In this world also they are punished by virulent diseases like what is that? Syphilis and gonorrhea. So okay, I don't know. And in the next life, as we see in this passage of Srimad Bhagavatam, they are put into different kinds of hellish conditions to suffer. In Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, illicit sex life is also very much condemned, and it is said that one who produces children by illicit sex life is sent to hell. So even woman before marriage, if she got physically connection with any man, so that womb is already polluted actually. The children is Varna Sankara. Even in her heart, even in her heart, so she is married to one person and she is thinking another man, and in her heart another man is there. Then from her, whatever the child comes, he is Varna Sankara. This is if she has deep love for some ex-boyfriend, and but she got married to some person, and even physically they are having the intercourse, but children is Varna Sankara because her kshetra is polluted actually. Polluted kshetra is giving the so polluted things actually. So it is confirmed here in Bhagavatam that such offenders are put into hellish conditions of life in Tamisra, Andha Tamisra and Raurava. Severe punishment with iron. So woman body is made and it is also that iron body is in the full of fire. It's a fiery body. With that he pushed on that iron body. So to embrace tightly. And it's so much pain. People may think that now it is so easy, nice. मजा लेंगे लेकिन बाद में सजा होगा अत्रैव नरकस्वर्ग इति मातं प्रचक्षते या यातना वै नारक्यास्ता इह प्युपलक्षिता. Oh my mother, who is saying my mother? Papila. Mata means oh my mother, oh my dear mother. It is sometimes said that we experience hell and heaven on this planet. For hellish punishments are sometimes visible on this planet also. That also we are seeing people are suffering like anything. एवं कुटुम्बं विप्राण उदरंबर एव वा विसृज्यो विसृज्येहो वयं प्रेत्य भुङ्क्ते तत्फलमीदृशम् भुङ्क्ते तत्फलमीदृशम्. After leaving this body, the man who maintained himself and his family members by sinful activities suffer a hellish life. And his relatives suffer also. The mistake of modern civilization is that man doesn't believe in the next life. But whether he believes or not, next life is there. And one has to suffer if one doesn't lead a responsible life in terms of the injunctions of authoritative scriptures like the Vedas and Puranas. Species lower than human beings are not responsible for their actions because they are made to act in a certain way. But the developed life of human consciousness, if one is not responsible for his activities, then he is sure to sure to get a hellish life as described herein. What is the important point here? Yeah. What is right and wrong? Who will set? Huh? How do you know? One has to suffer if one doesn't lead a responsible life in terms of injunctions of authoritative scriptures like Vedas and Puranas. What is sin and what is not sin? Who will decide? अभी सब लोग commonly sin कर रहे हैं तो वो अभी वो sin पायस हो जाती है क्या पाइटी हो जाएगा पायस एक्टिविटी हो जाएगा क्या हाँ सब commonly कर रहे हैं हो जाएगा नहीं आज का गवर्नमेंट सेट करेगा present government will say what is right and wrong. What is sin and what is not sin? Who will decide? Huh? Authoritative scriptures like the Vedas and Puranas. If we earn livelihood in a wrong way, which is common and which is natural in the present day society, by that earning we will be incurring sin or not, which may be not sinful now, as per present society, but as per scripture it is sinful. So it will be sinful activity or not? Tell me. You have to get the implications for that or not? Yes. Eh. That's why livelihood also should be simple and clean. That's why we are all not able to progress. Are we following four regulative principles? Are you following? Nobody is following. Fact. Because in our dealings and your earning, we have cheating, which is common nowadays. Maybe it is common for nowadays, but it is not common as per Shastra. So that's why Prabhupada wanted people should live very clean life by depending on land and cows and simple life, not sinful life. And so that their consciousness is pure. They are always in mode of goodness. So that's why it is very important. In 1966 itself he is saying this. Wherever we have our centers, we should have Varnashrama college. Train the people in simple lifestyle with these activities and make them settle on land and cows. When once the whole city is trained like that, then we don't need even city temples also. This much vision Acharya is having. At least now we should try to understand the fact actually. And we have to, even if you are not able to do, you have to feel, I want to be involved, my dear Srila Prabhupada. So ultimately, you want to take this whole movement in such a way. You want to create such a society. So I am helplessly, so not able to, because of my conditioning, I am not able to take a step forward. But please give me strength to do this kind of thing. Like that, everyone should pray actually. Should pray. Because our Sankirtan, our temple construction, our initiations, all should lead to what? formation of a peaceful community, which is based upon land and cows, there are no sinful activities. Present society and present places are sinful. But can we say now they are doing sinful activities and will we stop them to not to offer that? We will not stop. Because if you stop them to offer also, then they will go even further down. But can you say that this is the right and this is a fine, no need to change? Then there is a wrong. Then there is a wrong. If you also normalize the sinful activities as normal activities, then it is, we also have cheating techniques. We are going against the Shastras. We are going against the instructions of Acharya. That's not. What is this? What this line is telling? Tell me. Whether he believes or not, the next life is there. And one has to suffer if one doesn't lead a responsible life in terms of the injunctions of authoritative scriptures like the Vedas and Puranas. एकः प्रपद्यते द्वान्तं हित्वेदं स्वकलेवरम् कुशलेतर पथेतो पथेयो भूतद्रोहेण युक्तम्. He goes alone to the darkest region of hell after quitting the present body. And the money he acquired by envying other living entities is the passive money with which he leaves this world. When a man earns money by unfair means and maintains his family and himself with that money, the money is enjoyed by many members of the family, but he alone goes to hell. That's what also said. Unfair means what? What is the meaning of unfair? Huh? Who will decide unfair? A person who enjoys life by earning money or by envying another's life and who enjoys with family and friends will have to enjoy alone. The resultant sinful reactions occurred from each violent and illicit life. For example, if a man secures some money by killing someone and with that money maintains his family, those who enjoy the black money earned by him are also partially responsible. Who enjoy, they are partially responsible and are also sent to hell. But he who is the leader is especially punished. The leaders. So, family, that means the person who is earning, he will be getting the punishment. The result of material enjoyment is that one takes with him the sinful reaction alone and not the money. The money he earned is left in this world and he takes only the reaction. In this world also, if a person acquires some money by murdering someone, the family is not hanged, although its members are sinfully contaminated. But the man who commits the murder and maintains his family is himself hanged as a murderer. The direct offender is more responsible for sinful activities than the indirect enjoyer. This is a statement actually. The great learned scholar Chanakya Pandit says, therefore, that whatever one has in his possession had better be spent for the cause of Sat, personality of Godhead. Next. दैवेनासादितं तस्या शमलं निरये पुमान् पुङ्क्ते कुटुम्बपोषस्य कृतवित्त Yamadūtas. Thus, by the arrangement of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the mightier of kinsman is put into a hellish condition to suffer for his sinful activities like a man who has lost his health. We'll read purport. The example set herein is that sinful persons suffer just like a man who has lost his wealth. The human form of body is achieved by the conditioned soul after many births and is very valuable asset. Instead of utilizing this life to get liberation, if one uses it simply for the purpose of maintaining his so-called family and therefore performs foolish and unauthorized actions, he is compared to a man who has lost his wealth and who, upon losing it, laments. When wealth is lost, there is no use lamenting. But as long as there is a wealth, one has to utilize it properly and thereby again gain eternal profit. It may be argued that when a man leaves his money, people say that, see, someone did sinful activities and he earned money, and people they say that anyway, whatever sinful money he earned, he is leaving there only, and he is not taking with him. So that's why that sinful actions or reactions also will not come because he is not enjoying that. It is there only. So they argue like that. It is maybe argued that when a man leaves his money earned by sinful activities, he also leaves his sinful activities here with his money. But it is not especially mentioned here in that by superior arrangement, Daivena Sadhitam. Although the man leaves behind him his sinful earned money, he carries the effect of it. Maybe money is there, but effect will be carried by him only. When a man steals some money, if he is caught and agrees to return it, he is not freed from a criminal punishment. That means some thief, he has stolen money and he said that after stealing, I will give back. But still he will be punished. By the law of the state, even though he returns the money, he has to undergo the punishment. Similarly, the money earned by criminal process may be left by the man when dying, but by superior arrangement, he carries with him the effect. Next, Kevalena Hyadharmina Kumbhavarano Sukha Yati Jivondatamisram Charamam Tamasampadam. Therefore, a person who is very eager to maintain his family and kids simply by black methods certainly goes to the darkest region of hell, which is known as Andatamisram. Now, this purport we should read. Three words in this verse are very significant. Kevalena means only by black methods. Adharmena means unrighteous or irreligious. And Kutumba Bharana means family maintenance. Maintaining one's family is certainly the duty of a householder. But one should be eager to earn his livelihood by the prescribed method as stated in the scriptures. Note this point. One should be eager to earn his livelihood. Eager. That means you should always try to earn your livelihood. How much it is authenticated by the scriptures. That way you should shift actually. If presently now you are in such a which is not authorized by the scriptures, you are working in a big industries who are eating cows and you are actually implicated. Your activities also involved in increase of the killing of the cows or destroying the nature, destroying the resources, destroying the prakriti, such a way your activities are there. So then you should be eager to earn livelihood by the prescribed method as stated in scriptures. You should live that and eager to do more activities which are as per the scriptures. कितना पैसा आता है ये बात नहीं है. क्या है बात? कितना सिन कम है, ये बात होनी चाहिए. अभी हमारा दिमाग क्या चलता है? तो पैसा बहुत अच्छा आ रहा है तो ये काम करेंगे. उसमें कितना सिन इन्वॉल्व है, हाउ मच इट इज अगेंस्ट द शास्त्र. फॉर एग्जाम्पल रियल एस्टेट बिजनेस, माँ को बेच के खरीद के बेचना, ये सही है क्या? माँ से कोई बिजनेस करते हैं? So worst thing actually. It's a very implicated thing. There are a lot of sin रियल एस्टेट, रियल एस्टेट। माँ किसके लिए? धरती माँ को आप ऐसा एक बाजार की वस्तु की जैसे बेचना नहीं, खरीद के बेचना। वो किसके लिए है? धरती माँ अन्न को उगाने के लिए। एग्जाम्पल आई एम गिविंग। So, being a practitioner of Krishna consciousness, you have to be conscious about how your livelihood is earned. You should be eager to earn your livelihood by the prescribed method as stated in scriptures. अभी हमारा लोग कोई इस पर ध्यान नहीं दे रहा है। अरे चलेगा, होली नेम देख लेगा। क्या देख लेगा होली नेम? Do you want to commit sinful activities on the strength of holy name? Your heart is so hard then. You are not conscious that what is the value of holy name. You want to clean your sinful activities with your holy name. And we are becoming so ignorant and so much unconscious actually. Uncleanliness, this is all. This is a dirt in the heart. It's a contamination in the heart. We are not have time to think about how much our actions are implicated and how much they are sinful. And do you think, can you understand the purpose of Srila Prabhupada so nicely? You cannot. This will be stopping. Your contamination will not allow to take the right meanings because you are not simple. Bhakti is meant for what? Whom? Simple people actually, not sinful people. They can't understand this. Glory of the Bhakti. How can you? Yes, it's very simple. But education, like teaching or ID, or my few friends are in district board. So like we got little amount of time. So then yes. Which one? I think ID or आप personal हम बात में बोल. Okay? आपको personal questions. So that's why at least what we should endeavor. It is like a check and balance. You have understood and you are sincere. Now you are trying to endeavor that I have to change my sinful livelihood to the sinless livelihood. Then, and I'll put a step forward. I want to search. If you have willing is there. Wherever there is a will, there is the way. And you need to take some pain. Okay, I will take pain, but I will be truthful and not sinful. And like that, if you think, and then if you like that, if you walk on, then Krishna also will have. Then society will be the mode of goodness. You can set an example. Otherwise, हम लोग सोचते हैं एक्चुअली मैं बहुत दूर चले गया भक्ति में, आगे आगे नहीं. Who is going to approve? Yourself. There is another disease in our society. You know what is that? Self-proclaimed pure devotion syndrome is there. Self-proclaimed pure devotion syndrome. Who is he is snapping himself? I am pure devotee already. Self-proclaimed pure devotion syndrome is going on. It is dangerous than the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Read the purport so carefully. One should be eager to earn his livelihood by the prescribed method as stated in scriptures. What scriptures are stating? Krishi Goraksha Vanijam Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. वो किसके लिए है भगवत गीता? भगवत गीता किसके लिए? हमें भी नहीं. वो तो What is Kshatriya karma? So what is the prescribed karma is defined by scriptures or not? In 18th chapter is it not described? Shama, Dama, Tapas, Saucham, Shanti, Rajyavam. ब्राह्मण का क्या? ब्राह्मण जाके काम करेगा किसी के नीचे, वो तो ब्राह्मण होगा. Will he be a Brahmana? Wherever if you work under someone, then there is no Brahmanical quality. Finish. Brahmana means you should be beggar actually. Tippani dada dana pratigruhnati. Patan patan yajan yajan dana pratigruhnati. We should follow this. That means whatever we are studying in the scriptures for those for whom actually? This for devotees or this for someone else? In Kali Yuga, this is not possible. Yes. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam kalo nastyeva, nastyeva, nastyeva gatiranyada. एक statement डाल दो, जो भी करना है कर डालो बस. Parsuram Prabhu, what do you say? Harinam only Prabhu, what is this? These are all. इसको बारे में सोचो मत. For them, these purports will make any sense? Do they have any sense for these purports? So these purports are making any sense for them? Tell me. No sense. Then why Prabhupada is writing? What is the need of distributing books then? Only writing everywhere Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama kevalam kalo naste naste. So जो भी करना है करो. So just to take Hare Nama. Is known as Sahajiya chanting actually. Is known as Sahajiya chanting. Sruti Smriti Purana Pancharaत्र Vidim Vina Hare Raikante ki Bhakti Utpata Eva Kalpite. Baba, see the diagram actually. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama kevalam is absolutely true. That is for whom, once if you get Shraddha, once you are fully surrendered, you should take only the shelter of the holy name and you should 24 hours do chanting. Prabhupada writing. Recently we discussed 13 to 17 chapters, 4th canto. So one should do for them, yes, Harinam is only they are taking shelter. Are they taking anything else? Are they taking Varnashrama? Are they taking the shelter of the Dharma? No. First of all, for us, what is the bhakti process and steps are not clear. This is a major disease actually. What is our main problem? We don't know what is pure devotion. What is qualification? Before pure devotion, what is the state we don't know. कोई ना कोई एक इंस्ट्रक्शन कहीं का उधर का इंस्ट्रक्शन लेके आप आके इधर अप्लाई करने लगते. हरे नाम केवलम. For whom? Who got the full surrender to the Lord and now I want to surrender to you and I want to do only activities which are directly going to please you. Yes. For that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, yes, take holy name and chant 24 hours this. But you don't have full surrender to the Lord, then what about them? What Krishna is saying then for that? So then, tavat karmani kurvita nanirvidyeta yavata mat katha shravanadu shraddha yavanna jayate. Till the time you don't get shraddha, you have to do karma as per Shastra. As per prescribed scriptures. You should do as per prescribed scriptures. Livelihood. So, should be eager to earn his livelihood by the prescribed method as stated in the scriptures. It's clear, Baba, livelihood. Otherwise, you are going against your 4 legs are not followed. No doubt. अब इतना दिन पैम्परिंग करके बहुत हो गया एक्चुअली. हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में बहुत पैम्परिंग किया जा रहा है एक्चुअली. पैम्परिंग कर करके बहुत ज्यादा हो गया. So otherwise there is no chance of following 4 legs. Where is there is no cheating? Cheating is there. Cheating is there. Accept the truth and sincerely pray to the Acharya and our Guru. So gives the strength and try to endure at least some extent. So slowly, trying to put in that direction some energy. And Lord definitely will be helping. That will shows the loyalty actually. Loyalty towards the helplessness, and because of your heavy conditioning and helplessly, if you accept the truth and but not able to follow because of conditioning, and you express your helplessness, then there is a hope. That heart is soft heart actually. That heart is really soft heart, and it's trying to become very soft. But the heart is such a way, I am perfect. I don't care for this kind of instructions of Acharya. And I will just follow by my own way. And I am true. I am right. This is like a hard-hearted people. There is no possibility of bhakti staying in that heart. There is no possibility. It's impossible actually. If you are so negligent about the instructions of your Acharya, so if you are not loyal and if you are not accepting that, then we are not following actually. So, livelihood by the prescribed methods as stated in the scriptures. In Bhagavad Gita, it is described that the Lord has divided social system into 4 classifications of caste or varna according to quality and work. Why Prabhupada is writing this statement? कोई काम धंधा नहीं है क्या प्रभुपाद का? कलयुग में ये नहीं possible नहीं, तो if it is not possible in Kali Yuga, then why Prabhupada has to write this? What is the need to mention here? So he has to write there is no possibility of this. There is no need to possibility of working for scriptures. Apart from Bhagavad Gita, in every society, a man is known according to his quality and work. For example, when a man is constructing a wooden furniture, he is called a carpenter. And a man who works with an anvil and iron is called blacksmith. Similarly, a man who engages in the medical or engineering fields has a particular duty and designation. All these human activities have been divided by Supreme Lord into 4 varnas, namely Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. So that's if you want to know details of these varnas duties, then we should have refer Bhagavad Gita. And if you want even further details, then Acharyas are there. So Parasara Smriti is there. And Manusmriti is there. The further details. Even Bhishma Devi is explaining in the Mahabharata, Santi Parva. Even Narada Muni is explaining in the 7th canto. He is clearly explaining about all these duties. So that's why being loyal students of this movement, we are followers of Prabhupada and Acharyas and scriptures, our endeavors. So in this way, society will be revived. Actually, why you are not understanding? This way of society is not the standard way of society. And this is not the right situation. It is not a permanent situation. Our acharyas are expecting us to work in their direction to create an alternative society. Don't try to adjust yourself in the existing demonic society so that you will also get corrupted by them. So they wanted us to have an alternative society where there is no sin. And that is the meaning of becoming student of Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita and in other Vedic literatures, the specific duties of the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra are mentioned. So he said these are the 4 varnas and they are mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. One should work honestly according to his qualification. Honestly he should work. Not for the sake of money he should work. That's wrong actually. Then he is attracted to money and then he will be doing tomorrow another activity. Then what will happen? His consciousness is always running behind money and it will be always in material platform only. So when you accept that this is my quality and this is my work, and if you stick to that, even if you get pain or pleasure, then what will happen? If you tolerate that, then your consciousness is raising beyond the body. We are coming to the mode of goodness and we are coming to the platform of soul. Indara. If a Brahmana who works as a priest so that he may enlighten his followers with the spiritual way of life is not qualified as a priest, then he has cheated the public. One should not earn by such unfair means. The same is applicable to Kshatriya or to Vaishya. It is especially mentioned that the means of livelihood of those who are trying to advance in Krishna consciousness must be very fair and uncomplicated. You should not be in a complex activities. So, which are very much involved in the so much consciousness of the people and destroying the is somehow is implicated to destroy the nature, destroy the people, and such a your work is involved to get such a results. You are also involved in such a works. So one should be living that action. Must writing. Prabhupada is writing, not should. It is especially mentioned that the means of livelihood of those who are trying to advance in Krishna consciousness. If you are Krishna consciousness means where you are in here. We are trying to advance in Krishna consciousness. We want to get the Drishta and surrender to the Lord, and we want to engage our 24 hours to direct devotion. That is our want. So such a people who are wanting to advance in Krishna consciousness, who are trying to advance in Krishna. Advance is a very important point because whoever are in the Krishna consciousness, they are already what? Beyond the modes. That means those who are fully surrendered, they are what? Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparena nirmalatvam rishikesana bhakti. This is the consciousness of these people. They are all out from the upadis. That's the definition of pure devotion also. Suddha bhakti, sadhana bhakti also should satisfy that definition. Yes or no? Sadhu Sangha Bhajani also should satisfy that definition or not. So that's why from here onwards the definition is applied. From here onwards. So from all upadis one should be out. Those are only in the pure devotional form. So those who are not advanced like that, for them, but means these people, they should what? Must take up the activities. The means of livelihood of those who are trying to advance in Krishna consciousness must be very fair. Who will decide this fair? Scriptures will decide. And uncomplicated. Here it is mentioned that he who earns his livelihood by unfair means, kevalena, is sent to the darkest hellish region. Otherwise, if one maintains his family by prescribed methods and honest means, there is no objection to one's being a family. Next. Yes.
She this is hundreds and days and nights.
Minerals, cloth, all the outcomes. I have defined Varnashrama curriculum actually. If you want, I'll share to Prabhu. So this will be distributed to all of you. What are the different activities and occupations? What are the books and what are the skills? Everything I compiled as a one book, one small write-up actually. It's more than 30 pages, 40 pages. So if you go through that, then some idea. I'll share with Prabhu, then it will share to you.
I think what is this? You don't know that. I think, yeah.
आपका आवाज सुनाई नहीं दे रहा fair and uncomplicated livelihood, that means the person livelihood माने क्या है? livelihood माने पता है ना? ये तो नहीं, जीविका माने जीने के लिए जो कमाते हैं ना पैसा.
आज के लिए चाहिए उतना ही कमाना है, सेव नहीं करना.
अरे वो बात नहीं बोला जा रहा. लाइवलीहुड माने आज के लिए एक दिन के लिए ऐसा बात नहीं. You can save it also. Whenever critical situation comes, then who will give? That is for Brahmana only, not for Kshatriya and Vaishya. You should keep money. No doubt in that. That is another thing. Livelihood means jivika. So not that every day only you should just like a labor. Today you work and then after that you got money and finish, then tomorrow also should go. That is for Brahmanas actually. Brahmana should not accumulate money. Wherever there is a money, there is no Brahmanatva. Transparency will not be there. The most dangerous thing is that woman is money. Money is very dangerous. It will corrupt everything and it will bring all nonsense in that person. We have access to money. So that's why Brahmanas, they don't mean money. Will become diplomatic and will become so many other things. But the point is now, so important thing, livelihood is means jivika. Jivika means what? So how you can maintain body. That. But devotees also livelihood what? What is that? So the Goswami is saying. So dharmasya narthasya कामस्य लाभायो स्मृतिः कामस्य नेन्द्रिय प्रीति कामस्य नेन्द्रिय लाभो जीवेत यावता जीवस्य तत्व जिज्ञासा. So one should eat or one should earn so that he can maintain his body and soul together. That much livelihood is there. So daily or no, as per Varna it changes actually. For Brahmanas different rule and for the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas is different.
Cities, there no occupation is
No occupation is
clean.
no.
No one will live in city.
At least one endeavors to come from more sinful to less. This endeavor itself is a progress.
Like when some are teaching, so it's part, but I'm not following it now. I'm collecting small, these other things are out there.
And also that education is making them to more and more away from Krishna. You are making them all the time to forget Krishna by your teachings.
Even the Acharyas, they say it's like a slaughterhouse.
It's a spiritual slaughterhouse. Modern education is spiritual slaughterhouse, and you are the butcher who is slaughtering the innocent.
So, what occupations lead to the Brahmana occupation, the doctors, the teachers, their occupations are fully corrupted. And how any one occupation to
I'm asking how. You tell me. You are my senior. Tell me how. I should ask this question to you, actually. You tell me. What then Prabhupada said for us? When he said 1966 onwards, 1972, what he said? Have Varnashrama college, train the people and make them to be there. Don't implicate them their life sinful by keeping in the cities. In 1972, he is saying everywhere, wherever we are in our center, we must have Varnashrama college and train the people. And if he is saying and he is writing in the purports, if we are not doing, how I can justify your activities as nice? Why I have to justify? I can't use philosophy to twist and support. If people are giving some facilities to come here, and maybe if I speak truth, they may not call me back. I am not at all worried for that. I don't care for such a things. Whatever truth is, I'll speak to it. Your sinful activities you are doing is sinful. We have to say like that. What is there? No problem. We'll be in the Mayapur forest. So yes, most of our activities are
I think practical.
yeah, practical.
Also,
Yes, that's the solution he gave. Varnashrama college. Start Varnashrama. Parallelly, side by side, you are doing in sinful activity, you are presently earning through the sinful means your livelihood, no problem. But if you make a plan for permanent plan to shift from here to another sattvic, then you are perfect. Krishna will be happy, even if you are working simply, because this boy is trying to become perfect in future. Prabhupada will become happy. But if you say that I don't have time, I don't have zero time and I can't work on this, then you are not loyal at all. And nobody is going to approve his activities are right activities. No. एक दिन देखेंगे, 2 दिन देखेंगे, लेकिन आप रोज एक्सक्यूज बोलेंगे तो नहीं चलेगा. Will not accept. They are not endeavoring. Why alternative is not given? Alternative clearly it is given. Where it is shown by Prabhupada. Prabhupada is always practical. At that time also practical, now also practical. He gave practical solution. What is the solution? What practical solution? What he is asking Prabhupada? Huh? See, अभी भी इन लोग समझ नहीं है ना. कोई वेणुगोपाल जिस दिन रहेगा तब तक ये चलेगा, उसके बाद सब कुछ. क्यों सीरियसली क्यों नहीं लेते? हाँ, आप लोग क्यों सीरियसली नहीं लेते? समस्या क्या है? The Varnashrama college. Prabhupada is saying, where 70 बहुत एक्चुअली आप स्कूल में जाके देखो. Therefore, a regular education institution should be there wherever proper training of Brahmana, proper training of Kshatriya, Vaishya must be given. These 4 divisions must remain there. And the so far Brahminical culture, they must be there. So therefore, this Varnashrama college is very essential. So in our India, in a place of Vrindavan, Naimisharanya like that, many people will come if Varnashrama college is. आप बोल रहे हैं, माने like how the modern colleges are training people in competent, that means they are training to become competent to work in industries, in slaughterhouses, in the factories. So similarly, Prabhupada wanted to start a Varnashrama college where the people can go and work on the land and with cows and in a communities. He wanted such a training for the people. So, huh? Is there? Someone is trying actually. His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj is trying, Bhakti Maharaj is trying, and we want heroes. Where it is said, actually Prabhupada is saying, so see, we must have very big temple there and a Varnashrama college. This is my desire. Kurukshetra. So I have made this Varnashrama for the benefit of whole human society. Prabhupada is saying. So therefore, sometimes I become very eager to start a Varnashrama college. We have nothing to do with Varnashrama, we Krishna, but we want to see that whole human society is peaceful. That means who have nothing to do means who are already in the pure devotional platform. Are you in the pure devotional platform? Then you don't need to do anything with the Varnashrama. Sarvadharman Parityajya Krishnam Vraja. Then it's okay. You are there like that? Fully surrendered? If you are not surrendered, then you also need Varnashrama. I also want to open Varnashrama college there as there is sufficient time. It's selling in 1975. So we are there proposing to start college, Varnashrama college. He's saying here also. And next he's saying, as there are schools and colleges to train students to become chemical engineers, lawyers, or specialists in many other department of knowledge. There must be schools and colleges to train students to become Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasis. This is. There are so many instructions are there. The disabled should not consider. Okay. So like this you can find wherever we should have a Varnashrama college. Like this, many. Prabhupada gave everything, all solutions. All solutions are there. We are not serious actually. We are not serious the way we should be. Here we have a slogan. So it is especially mentioned that means of livelihood of those who are trying to advance in Krishna consciousness must be very fair and uncomplicated. Last, adastan naralokasya yavatiryatanadayah kramashah samanukramya punaratravrajecchusihi punaratravrajecchusihi. Having gone through all the miserable hellish conditions and having passed in a regular order through the lowest forms of animal life prior to human birth, and having thus been purged of his sins, one is reborn again as a human being on this earth. What happens actually? The sinful person will be sent to hellish planet and he'll be getting the punishment. Then after that, he'll be getting the animal life. Whatever the desires, this that means in the hell, because of, for example, someone is having the so desire of eating meat. He was eating so many animals when he was human being. Then he will be sent to the hellish planet. So all those animals whom he ate, they will be eating him, his muscles and everything. After getting that punishment, then what will happen? He will be taking birth as animal actually. And then from there you'll be so evolving. That means one after another, finally you'll come to the human form. Like this it happens. All the levels you should. From there to you should reach to जितना नीचे गिरा तो उधर से ऊपर तक आना, इतना एनिमल स्पीशीज में ट्रैवल करना पड़ेगा.
Maybe there's something that was on the way today. Are there also some people like human forms who have been punished from the top and then
Where also you are saying?
the dogs and the elephants that the person meets on the way to the hellish planets? There are also some form of the living entity who are being punished in that form.
Who are being
punished in that form to do this action. Or they are set by the Yamarāja.
No, they are prescribed. They are all agents of Yamarāja. Those dogs will not get any sin. Those elephants will not get. Like you see someone in the jail, he's a jailer, and he's giving punishment. In the police station also, in the some to get the truth, they will be giving the punishment. They will not get sin for that. Like someone on the behalf of the king, so someone is hanging a culprit, a murderer. So whoever is hanging, he will not get any sin. Huh? जोर से बोलिए, माइक पास.
यहाँ के जो लोग हैं कोई सजा देते हैं काम लगेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल ये बोल रहा है कि वो काम लगेगा.
क्या बोल रहे हैं? यहाँ के पुलिस को पाप लगेगा. क्यों लगेगा? नहीं लगेगा. Because if these police are working as per the rules of the government, but that government is corrupted, wrong policies which are not as per the Shastra, if that government is designed and police are following, then whoever is wrong way guiding the police. So that's why those rulers will get the punishment. Lord Kapila's instructions on the movements of the living entities. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Karmana Daiva Nitrena Jantur Dehopapattaye Striya Pravishtamudaram Pumsoreta Kanashaya. The personality of Godhead said under the supervision of the Supreme Lord, and according to the result of his work, the living entity, the soul is made to enter into the womb of woman through the particles of male semen to assume a particular type of body. These Jivatmas now falling once again onto the earth after getting the punishment. So then those will be entering into the grains. Through that, it is entering into the blood, and after that into semen. Then, as per karma, so they enter into the womb actually. Okay. Next, this procedure is explained. थोड़ा सा speed बढ़ाएंगे. कललम त्वेक रात्रेण पंचरात्रेण बुद्बुदम दाशाहेन तु कर्कंदु पेष्यंडम वाततः परम. On the first night, the sperm and ovum mix, and on the fifth night, the mixture ferments into a bubble. On the 10th night, it develops into a form like a lump, and after that, it gradually turns into a lump of flesh or an egg, as the case may be. These are all very known. So next, Masena tu shirodvabhyam pahpangriya pahpangriyadyanga vigraha nakhalomasti charmani lingachidradbhavastribihi lingas chidrodbhavastribihi. In the course of a month, a head is formed. In 1 month, head. And at the end of 2 months, the hands, feet, and other limbs take shape. By the end of 3 months, the nails, fingers, toes, body hair, bones, and skin appear, as do the organ of generation and other apertures in the body, namely the eyes, nostrils, ears, mouth, and all holes also form. Month after month. Within 3 months, these are all.
Paramatma is forming.
Inside Paramatma and Jivatma are there, and Paramatma is the guiding principle actually.
So Jivatma is forming under the guidance of Paramatma.
Jivatma is not doing anything there. It's just Jivatma doesn't have knowledge of creating all these things. Inbuilt that Jivatma, which is covered by the karma and avidya and karma, that is not doing anything. That doesn't have knowledge. This partly doesn't have knowledge about the how to do creation. So all the that means these liquids are together and now they became Buddha, so like a bubble. So from that onwards, already Paramatma is there along with the Jivatma. So Jivatma's soul, so Jivatma's subtle body, Paramatma is also there. Paramatma anyway everywhere is there. So he is guiding actually. How that liquids should become lump and so on. So the same thing happened now. When Lord glanced on the Prakriti, from that Prakriti 23 elements came. That means Mahat, Ahankara, Pancha Tanmatras, Pancha Mahabhutas, Pancha Jnanendriyas, Pancha Karmendriyas, mind. All these 23 elements also came together when Lord's Vibhuti Shakti entered into that. Lord, once again, he is glancing these 23 elements and he sent his Kriya Shakti. Then only all these 23 elements came together and they formed as many Brahmandas. Once again, in that Brahmanda, he entered and he took that lump of the 23 elements into his Garbha, and then from there, so Virat Purusha came, whole creation. Similarly, as a Paramatma, he is in the Shiva Sai Vishnu, he is there, and he is guiding the Pindanda. Garbhodak Sai Vishnu is guiding the Brahmanda. Shiva Sai Vishnu will guide Pindanda, and Garbhodak Sai Vishnu guide Brahmanda. चतुर्भिस्धातवः सप्त पञ्चभिक्षुत्रुद्भवः षड्भिर्जरायुणा वीतः कुक्षौ ब्राह्म्यति दक्षिणे कुक्षौ ब्राह्म्यति दक्षिणे. Within 4 months from the date of conception, the 7 essential ingredients of the body, namely, what is that? Child. Blood, flesh, fat, bone, marrow, and semen come into existence. Sapta dhatavaha. The whole body is made up of these 7 dhatus. So in Ayurveda, it will be there. Huh? No, semen is there in the body, otherwise we will not be sustained. Even this baby also small. Semen, how it is produced? It is spread in the whole body. When we get lusty desire, then whole body is churned. Churning, and then that is released. One time you are feeling sex means you are shaking whole body. Like the most essential part in our body is what? Semen. In female also they have their own liquids. Male have their own liquids. So this is the after eating food, it is becoming what? Juice. Then from that blood is coming. From that blood, then mamsa. So muscles and bone marrow is formed. And from that bone marrow, so what is formed? Semen is formed. Even that means the finest part of our food is what? Is forming semen. Because semen has such a power, it is going to give a creation, create a body. That's why it's the most powerful thing. ये चमड़ा गिमड़ा कोई वैल्यू नहीं, लेकिन सीमेन का बहुत वैल्यू है, क्योंकि आप जितना अच्छा स्वादिष्ट रसपूरित अन्न जो भी खाएंगे, उसमें जो असली पदार्थ है उससे सीमेन बनता है, और वो कहाँ रहता है? वो पूरा शरीर में व्यापित है. इसीलिए पूर्व शरीर का वो ऊर्जा रहता है वो रहने से. जब when one feels sex, to have sex, when he hesitates, then that means what? His body is churned actually. Because of this thought, that thought is churning the whole body. Feeling of sex is churning the whole body. And like if you take the curd and if you churn with the what is that? Churning rod. Then what will happen? The essence of the curd, which is nothing but butter, that is coming out. This thought is like a churning rod actually. It's churning the whole body and taking out the essence, and that is released out. So it is there in the entire body. Your smile is so nice. And the end of 5 months, hunger and thirst make themselves felt. And at the end of 6 months, the fetus enclosed by the amino begins to move on the right side of the abdomen. Different parts are formed in the different months. When the body of the child is completely formed at the end of 6 months, the child, if he is male, begins to move on the right side. And if female, she tries to move on the left side of the abdomen. इससे आपको पता चल जाएगा ये लड़का है लड़की. 6वां मंथ में पता चल जाएगा, 6th month. राइट साइड में मूव कर रहा है माने सो लड़का लेफ्ट साइड मूव ये पूरा मूव करेगा तो क्या वो बदमाश है मातुर्जगतान्नपानाख्यै ये दधातुर् असम्मते शेते मूत्रयोर्गर्ते सजन्तु जन्तु संभवे जन्तु संभवे deriving its nutrition from the food and drink taken by mother, the fetus grows and remains in the abominable residence of stool and urine, which is the breeding place of all kinds of worms. we all came from there. So there is a connection. What is that? Umbilical cord that is connecting mother with the child actually. Child's stomach is connected with this cord with the mother's intestines. So that food is digestion food directly is coming through that cord to this baby. Gas system. In the same in the Garbhodakasaya Vishnu also this lump, 23 elements lump is getting nourished and taking the shape of the Virat Rupa. And after 1000 years it is coming out from there. The same way in the mother womb also, this umbilical cord is connecting the baby with the mother, which is known as Apyayini. Join the mother, the abdomen of the child. And through this passage, the child within the womb accepts the mother's assimilated foodstuff. In this way, the child is fed by mother's intestine within the womb and grows from day to day. The statement of Markandeya Purana about the child's situation within the womb is exactly corroborated by the modern medical science, and thus the authority of the Puranas cannot be disproved and is sometimes attempted by the Mayavadi philosophers. Since the child depends completely on the assimilated foodstuff of the mother during pregnancy, there are restrictions on the food taken by mother. Too much salt, chili, onion, and other food is forbidden for the pregnant mother because the child's body is too delicate and new for him to tolerate such a pungent food. Restrictions and precautions to be taken by the pregnant mother and enunciated by the Smriti scriptures of Vedic literature are very useful. Prabhupada is saying, all this is a science actually. In Varnashrama college, these all should be taught. What are the restrictions, rules? So already I made 30 pages of curriculum actually. So further it can evolve actually as per the need. And His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj is going to conduct 3 months course in this year actually. So before Kartik month and also before that. So the same curriculum will be utilized there also. You people also should take up that curriculum and become expert in one area. And we will also start Varnashrama college from Faridabad in future. At least you people will not going to work in the fields. All are old people. So it should become teachers. Teachers in Varnashrama college, that is enough. Learn someone Jyotisha, someone Ayurveda, someone this and that. Vastu, someone. So learn how to do village technologies. I have see the curriculum actually. You can understand many things. Many areas already defined. What are the subject? What are the things we should learn in that under that post? And what are the books also I defined? So then this is some contribution for our movement. Prabhupada will become so happy. He'll become so happy. Oh, these people are trying.
It's called pasta.
Huh? In Varnashrama curriculum, we teach all this. Huh? Jyotishya, Ayurveda, all. Not for everyone, for expert. Whoever is fit for that, they will learn in Varnashrama. How can you are helping your software job in Krishna consciousness? That won't help. That won't help, na. So that's why leaving that and accepting some livelihood through the means given by scriptures. If one thing that I don't need anything, then he's in the pure devotion. He doesn't need to anything. Then he should not think for आज कल का खाना कहाँ मिलेगा ये भी नहीं सोचना. जो भी मिलेगा खाएंगे भगवान की दान में भगवान की भक्त. लेकिन जिसको चाहिए सब पत्नी चाहिए घर चाहिए सब चाहिए तब तो मीन शुड बी प्रॉपर. लोग बोलते हैं कि ये भक्तों के ये सब जरूरी तब तो व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ स्टडीइंग द C++, Java, Oracle, Java scripting, this and that in the Krishna consciousness? Why this is not asked when our students are otherwise our people are so studying all this, your children, why you are making them to study all this? How it is helping in Krishna consciousness? At that time we don't think. When we say about the Varnashrama concept, then immediately they said, what is the use of this in Krishna consciousness? To replace your demonic activities with scriptures, activities set by scriptures. Prabhupada, on top of that, he said that all the modern education is spiritual slaughterhouse. On top of that, he said that everyone should learn Varnashrama, that means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and that kind of training should be given. So we are so demonic, we are so unloyal to Prabhupada, and whatever he said, it is a demonic and it is a spiritual slaughterhouse. We are giving the importance and we are giving the heart for that, and we are neglecting this. And whenever someone is trying to do that, and people are saying that it is useless. Not you, but other places. This is the unloyalty of the so-called followers. It's completely dishonest to the Acharya. And demonic tendencies. Yes or no? जोर से बोलो यस करके तब तो अच्छा लगेगा. ये कोई तो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे तो अच्छा नहीं एक्चुअली. Am I speaking anything so not correct? In your heart, is there anything like that? Am I speaking anything wrong? Bro, Parsuram bro. Am I speaking anything too much? Thank you. गला में चाकू रख के ऐसा बोला. Very much useful astrology. Astrology, first of all, if astrology is not there, how to know that when is Krishnastami and when is Gaurav Purnima? You don't know if you don't know astrology. Astrology is very, very, I defined actually. Astrology also, what is the use? You can see that. All the things are needed actually. All Vedangas, Krishna learned everything actually. What Krishna learned in Sandeepan Muni School, that is also compiled. A Gurukula, what is the curriculum is also said. Varnashrama college, what is the curriculum also is read. We need such a society means who will be the teachers? You people all be the teachers. That Varna. Yes, Prabhu. You are also teacher. Very good. Yeah? Confused? Yes.
Always talk about Varnashrama college. I am always confused. So far as Brahmanas are concerned and Vaishyas are concerned, okay, people would appeal. But then in this
Very clear. Very clear.
second,
Yes.
who would like to train it?
This is the question actually. Generally, people they get. So please go through that curriculum and how to make Kshatriya and how people will accept everything is due course of time. It will happen actually. So a proper trained Kshatriya. What is Kshatriyatvam? If we know, then we will not ask this question actually. Kshatriyas are potent enough that to get the power actually on the people. So for the time being, what? Whoever is organizing the society. So now here the leader is there or not? Everyone is becoming leader. Everyone can say that we are also following Prabhupada, we are also doing 16 rounds and 4 weeks, and I can be the temple president. Can they say? No, no. We are accepting one person only as temple president. Like that, it is going to happen. Kshatriya is accepted. How we are accepting now temple president? How we are accepting now someone as leader of our society? That is there. They will accept. But we need to train the people like that, real Kshatriyas. Then those people, there will be a lot of demand for such a people. But first of all, what is Kshatriyatvam? Who is Kshatriya? How to train? That should be clear. So that area is not touched now. So that's why so many doubts might be there. So the initial step is, initial investment is take up this curriculum. Then after that, form a Varnashram research team and regularly. So try to take up one area and try to progress in that. In that curriculum, you take up one area and one area you learn. Books also mentioned. Topics what they should learn also mentioned. It will evolve. Gradually will. Huh? Huh? A faculty also will be trained by learning from outside different places. I know Sanskrit, then how I know? In Iskcon they taught me Sanskrit. I learned. So similarly, you learn, you know cooking. How you learn? So many things you learn from the different places are not. So like that we learn. Not that everything is taught by only Iskcon people. So we should learn from the experts in the society, those who sciences, Vedic sciences, and we become expert and we teach to others. Then you are the devotee, you are teaching. Then it will become nice. But initially we should learn from here and there. Huh?
That will be our verification.
That is also our purification. If you take the pain of learning and if you dedicate yourself, so in this direction, that shows that your loyalty actually, your sincerity. So that will make your heart so peaceful and happy that I am also following Prabhupada's instruction. Instead of becoming loyal and like that, so take the pain if you don't do. If you use a dry philosophy, which is not really said by any acharya or any scripture. In between, nowadays, people out of so fear to live the cozy life, so otherwise to pamper the community devotees. And many people are not speaking truth as it is. If they speak truth as it is, then what will happen? People feel that, oh, people, congregation may get discouraged and they may feel bad. That means if I say their earning is sinful, they may feel bad. So let them encourage somehow 16 rounds you are doing, it's fine, whatever it may be, go on. And whatever you are doing, okay, but if you are trying to remember Krishna all the time, this is the Bhakti, okay, fine. Go on, remember kar rahe. Artificially, why you are saying that in such a deep ignorance and rajasic environments they are there, they will remember 24 hours Krishna. Is it possible? What kind of blank check you are giving to them? Why we have to misguide the congregation? It's not possible. If you are in the non-devotees and in their association you are working, it is not possible to remember Krishna. Yes or no, you tell me, bro. It's not possible at all. Why then speakers are coming and pampering? How many days it will go on? How many years it will go on? That pampering is enough. Huh? Yes.
Like, they cannot digest it because we are certain level, so many years were able to digest. that is sinful and all those things. But a beginner, for a beginner, if you are very blunt, straightforward, and you tell them that what way you're doing is, maybe they accept it.
Don't tell them. Who said to tell them? First you change, then they will change later. I am not saying that for beginners, darao, bagao. You are not all beginners. Are you beginners? All are more than 10 to 15, 20 years in Iskcon. By seeing face itself, I can understand. And it's for you.
Speaking like this.
Yes. Some people, new people also can digest. For them you can tell. Those who are not digesting, don't tell them. But give the idea. I am also not asking you to leave your job today and just tomorrow you come and with me and stand in Mayapur land. Actually, I am not saying. If you want to, I think you can come and stand on the land. खाने के लिए रहने के लिए थोड़ा सा देंगे बस काम करो. If you become simple, nothing. See everything in. But okay. But the point is, you take a baby step. Take a baby step actually. Read all the instructions of Srila Prabhupada and Varnashram. There's a book speaking about Varnashram Dharma. I shared or not? Last time I shared. No? Parsuram Prabhu, I didn't share. Okay, I'll share. Read that book. And next after that, what you should do? You take up my curriculum and take up one area. Learn Jyotisha, Vastu, these are some sciences. And weekends you go and learn sometime. And first of all, make a team actually. Such a people should come together. Whoever is interested, come together and form one small team, Varnashram team. And you people regularly read the Prabhupada instructions on Varnashram. That book, whatever I give, that you do initially. That is also fine. So you will say that, Prabhu, I have no time to read Bhagavad Gita. What about this Varnashram? Are bhai, you have no time. Why? Because you are engaged by demons for 24 hours in their service. Now I am giving solution to come out from that. If you say that for solution there is no time, then who will save you? A doctor is saying that I will give medicine, come. And you are saying that I have no time to take medicine, then who is going to save you? Jao tab to. No. Child. In that womb, actually, child is getting food from the mother, not through that umbilical, what is that? Umbilical cord. So, but all the rectum is open. So now he is passing stool. That is directly going to the intestines of baby. From the mother's intestines, this umbilical cord is connecting the directly stomach of the baby, and baby is not eating from the mouth. But digested food is directly going into the stomach of the baby. Now that food is, in that food, whatever essences are there absorbed, and blood is flowing in the baby, and whatever waste is there, that is coming in the form of stool, and is releasing stool in the place where he is staying. Or in that stool, what is produced? Worms are produced. So that's why worms are what? Sodara. Sodara. In Hindi, Sodara is there. Telugu it is there. Sodara. Saha udara. Saha means sharing stomach. If two, like Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are what? Sodaras. Sa udara. That means samana udaram. That means they are taking birth from one udara. Who is that? Huh? Who is that samana udara? Huh? Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are the sodaras. They have samana udara. What is that udara? Huh? जोर से बोलिए. Diti stomach. Titi's stomach is samana for Hiranyaksha. That's why they are known as what? Sodaras. So now this worm and this baby are taking birth from same womb or not? So that's why for this baby, who is Sodara? Oh. Okay, that is also Sodara. There, that womb actually. No, it is there in the womb. It's accumulated.
That's how.
That's a nine.
Huh? When baby takes birth, something else come out, na this. No?
It comes.
Huh?
Not fast.
The school is fast. Is it
Send the officer.
No, wait. Though modern science will not work here. No, Mataji. Baby mouth is not open and thinking. Baby is not drinking anything.
No, excretion is done as per the.
You are doctor? But I am doctor. Oh, I am saying.
It happens sometimes. There is no.
Not sometimes.
The child has a.
It is the officer.
Wait. Child within the womb acts as mother's assimilated foodstuff. In this way, the child is fed by mother's intestine within the womb and grows from day by day. The statement of Markandeya Purana, child's situation in the womb is exactly corroborated. Okay, next. So this should not eat. So we can understand from the Vedic literature how much care is taken to get a nice child is. So actually here, mother should take very consciously food, and also conception also should be done garbhadana samskara. So then baby will be nice. Now next is coming your point, mother. Krimibi kshatta sarvangaha saukumarya pratikshanam murchamapnot guru kleshaha tatratyaihi kshuditair beaten again and again all over the body by the hungry worms in the abdomen itself. The child suffers terrible agony because of his tenderness. He thus becomes unconscious moment after moment because of the terrible condition. Now we'll read in the purport. The miserable condition of material existence is not only felt when we come out of the wombs of the mother, but is also present within the womb. Miserable life begins from the moment the living entity begins to contact his material body. Unfortunately, we forget the experience and don't take miseries of birth very seriously. In Bhagavad Gita, therefore, it is especially mentioned that one should be very alert to understand the specific difficulties of birth and death. Just as during the formation of body, how to pass through so many difficulties within the womb of the mother. At the time of death, there is also many difficulties. As listed in the previous chapters on translation. But despite such a miserable condition, due to the spell of Maya, we forget everything and become enamored by the present so-called happiness, which is where it is written. It is written actually. So Sodara will come. In the coming purpose, it will come otherwise. Where is the Sodara? Yeah. At the end of 7th month, child is moved bodily air and doesn't remain in the same place, for the entire uterine system becomes slackened before delivery. The worms have been described here as Sodara. Sodara means born of the same mother. Since the child is born from the womb of the mother and the worms are also born of fermentation within the womb of the same mother under the circumstances of child, and the worms are actually brothers. We are anxious to, so these, we are very anxious to establish universal brotherhood among, okay. So Prabhupada is writing these worms. Where from these worms are coming? These worms are coming. Endowed with the development of consciousness from the 7th month of the child crossed underway and the age and like the worms born of the same filthy abdominal. Filthy means what? Stool is past. It is there actually. It will come anyway. It is there, mother. You are saying the stool will not be passed. That means baby is inside liquids and the digested food of the mother, assimilated food of the mother goes, but no evacuation. This is you are saying. Huh?
It happens sometimes. Oh, it happens immediately after.
Sometimes means every day, every baby will not have. Huh?
By chance, sometimes it enters and remove. Baby passes the urine also.
Okay.
Here it is said the worms of the abdominal cavity of the so that is
No, these worms from where they are coming? Why they are produced there? Okay, we'll do best research. Huh?
When is saying passes to.
Huh?
When is saying passes to.
Yeah.
Yes, the fetus does pass to, which is called meconium. Why it is in the womb? Meconium is a thick, dark, green substance made from the synod amniotic fluid.
Mike, पढ़िए. Mike. दो लोग सुनने का.
Birds.
पढ़िए.
Google is mentioning that fetus does pass.
Huh?
Not
Not work. Prabhu, here actually fetus passes to Prabhu. मैं सुना actually. मैंने सुना.
mentioning passes.
Okay, Google is also saying Markandeya Purana is working. अरे रोज इतना एक 7th month से 6th month से कनेक्टेड रहते हैं तो मैंने उसमें बॉडी में जाना शुरू हो तो इनटेक है आउटलेट नहीं तो कहाँ जाएगा अरे उनके अंदर रह जाएगा क्या बच्चा के अंदर पूरा माँ से तो ट्यूब से क्या जाएगा जो भी डाइजेस्ट फूड हो जा रहा है उसका जो डाइजेस्ट होके इसका एक्सक्रीशंस निकल जाना चाहिए ना सब कुछ अंदर ही रह जाता है क्या हाँ रह जाता है What is he saying? क्या बोल रहे हैं सुना नहीं दे रहे
So from the AI says the main produces Zirconium differs to biologically through steadily during the second half of the pregnancy. Zirconium is made of ammonium fluid in the stem cells, nucleus, fine wear. Normally, zirconium stays inside the baby's intestine and fast after birth, usually within the first 48 hours.
Merconium.
Full name is given.
Merconium. Okay, Mataji. I hear that.
She has already, she uses all things right from the
Everything she does. Right?
everything she does, and she has till date 1,000 child.
Okay, we'll ask her both. Okay.
According to scriptures,
Very good. I heard also somewhere I read actually. Okay. It's Google Acharya is also saying. I'll read them for 1 second, okay? With slow, I will come better.
say the same. But at that time, so why it is operated is normal. This meconium sometimes because will pass it, sometimes the baby passes it, then it creates problem. That part here not otherwise it's passing.
Regularly it passes to some special cases it should be offered. From there, what is coming? Worms are coming. And those worms are biting him. And he's getting the torture and he is getting fainted. इतना torture होता है पूरा शरीर इसीलिए लाल लाल हो जाता है. कहाँ? Okay, 7th श्लोका. कटु तीक्ष्णो लवण रुक्ष्मालदीभिर्बुल्बणैः मातृभुक्तैः उपस्पृष्टः सर्वाङ्गोत्थिता वेदनः. Owing to the mother's eating bitter, pungent foodstuffs or food which is too salty or too sour, the body of child incessantly suffers pain, which are most intolerable. Ulbena samruta tasmin antraischa bahiravruta आस्ते कृत्वा शिरः कुक्षौ भग्नपुष्ट शिरोधरः. Placed within the ammonia and covered outside by the intestines, the child remains lying on one side of the abdomen, his head turned towards his belly and his back and neck arched like a bow, like this. Turn towards the belly. His head is turned towards belly. You all know the picture. If a grown man were put into such a condition as a child within the abdomen completely entangled in all aspects, it would be impossible for him to live even for a few seconds. Unfortunately, we forget all these sufferings and try to be happy in this life, not caring for the liberation of the soul from the entanglement of birth and death. It is an unfortunate civilization in which these matters are not plainly discussed to make people understand the precarious conditions of material existence. Akalpaha swanga cheshtayam shakunta iva panjare tatra lapta smritir deva karma janma shatodbhavam Smarandīkamanusvāsam sharma kim nama viddate. The child does remain just like a bird in a cage without freedom of movement. At that time, if the child is fortunate, he can remember all the troubles of his past 100 births and he grieves richly. What is the possibility of peace of mind in that condition? Remembering 100 lifetimes of sin. All the children. Children are three types. Children who are karmis, children who are bhaktas in past life, children who are jnanis or yogis. So there are three types of babies who practiced yoga in past. They get different types of memories in that womb. Baby in the womb. So children who practice, that means jiva who practiced bhakti in the previous lives, they do differently. That means they get different realizations in the womb. And jiva which did only karma, not connected to any yoga or the bhakti or any jnana. So such a jivas are going to remember their karma. So it is about the general jivatma, karmi jivatma, conditioned jivatma who We are discussing about which Jivatma? Jivatma which is covered by avidya and karma, and which didn't come in contact with the any kind of devotees or anything. So that Jivatma's situation we are discussing in the last chapter and this chapter. Yes or no? We are discussing about the Jivatma which is covered with the avidya and also karma, and which didn't do any bhakti or any no association didn't get. Such a Jivatma only just thinking that himself has body and his own family and earning money, then after becoming old, then after getting diseases, then so finally dying and going to the hell and then getting the punishment, then once again entering into the different species of animals and then finally coming to the human form, and that human form when it is in the human womb, actually what is the situation we are discussing. Clear? First of all, what I said, it is clear or not? This clear now? That means we are discussing about conditioned soul which is not connected with the either jnanis or karmis, jnanis or bhaktas. So in our diagram, if you see, we are discussing about these. But those who came in contact with the either jnanis, if they contact with the jnani, then they'll go here. And if karmi contact with the bhaktas, they'll go this side. So we are not discussing about the jivas who already came in the contact with the yogis or the bhaktas and practice some yoga sadhana. That jivas condition is not discussed in the 30th chapter or this chapter. Is it clear now? Now your question.
Like what I was asking is that consciousness, not like the child's consciousness is simply for these past and now and all this. Is there the consciousness working?
Jivatma is conscious. Okay, another 5 minutes we'll leave. Huh? Where is it? The child does in which translation? Translation also. Nine. This is at the time, if the child is fortunate, he can remember all the troubles of his past 100 births and views which will. What is the possibility of peace of mind in that condition? So, karma labda smritir daivat. Daivat means here, Prabhupada is translating as fortunate means here what you should take? By the help of Paramatma, is remembering, that's all. That's the meaning. So, in Garbhopanishad, there is one Upanishad, Garbhopanishad. In that Upanishad, it is given. So, Jivas are 3 categories. Karmi Jiva remembers, so about their 100 lives of karma. Bhakta Jiva prayers, it offers prayers. And Sankhya and Yoga Jiva try to do yoga there. That I will discuss anyway, it is coming. Okay. Daivat means because of the Paramatma. After birth, the child may forget about the difficulties of his past lives, but when we are grown up, we can at least understand the previous tortures undergone at birth and death by rendering the authorized scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, let's. Arabhya saptaman masa labda bodho vepita naikas naikatraste sutivatai Vishtabhuriva Sodara. Vishtabhu. Vishta means what you know? Huh?
Start move. Start.
So, thus endowed with the development of consciousness from the 7th month after his conception, the child is tossed down by the airs that press the embryo during the weeks preceding delivery. Like the worms born from the same filthy abdominal cavity, so he cannot remain in one place. At the end of 7 months, the child is moved by the bodily air and doesn't remain in the same place, but the entire uterine system becomes slackened before delivery. The worms have been described here as Sodara. Sodara means born from the same mother. Since the child is born from the womb of the mother, and the worms are also born of fermentation within the womb of the same mother. Under the circumstances, the child and the worms are actually brothers. Sodara means same udara, saman udara. They are, these worms are coming from the filthy. Filthy means what? Vit. Vitvaraha. Vit means stool. Vit bhu means one which is bhu means born. Born from where? From stool. Stool of whose? Mother's stool? Child's stool. Vit bhu. That is said here as so born from fermentation. What is the meaning of fermentation? Fermentation is what? We are very anxious to establish universal brotherhood among the human beings, but we should take into consideration that even the worms are our brothers. What to speak of other living entities. Therefore, we should be concerned about all living entities. Nathamana sapta bhakti Pratanjali Stuvitatam Stuvitatam Viklamaya Vachayinodare Pitaha Vachayinodare Pitaha. The living entity in this frightful condition of life, bound by 7 layers of material ingredients, prays with folded hands, appealing to the Lord who has put him in the condition. Who has put him in condition is Lord purposefully put? No, because of karma is like that, that's why as per his karma he put there.
Three types of children.
It will come in the 11th sloka. The commentary I will read.
But here it is mentioned that the child is praying to the Lord.
Child is
Praying to the Lord. So isn't that a symptom that is the
Bhakta child.
yes?
This is Bhakta child.
This is not child.
Yes. If you
So Bhakta is mentioning all kinds of children here. One child also the Karmi child also.
Huh?
One child also is being mentioned here.
yes. This commentary I will explain now. 11th sloka is only going in. I will explain 3 types of children. That means based upon previous past deeds. This is the place. Whole thing will be clarified to you. Till the 10th sloka, we are discussing about Karmi. And now suddenly he is discussing about Bhakta Jiva, Bhakta child. That's what is said here. Natamana Rishirvitaha. What is it? Rishihi. Before what was said? Jantuhu. Now what he is saying here? Rishihi. Suddenly topic चेंज हो गया। पीदीपी एकवत वर्णनम, ऐसा वर्णन पहले भी किए या नहीं किए? ऐसा वर्णन पहले हम लोग सुने या नहीं सुने? कहाँ सुने ये बात? विदुर मैत्री जी ऐसा एक बार किए हैं, टॉपिक एक चल रहा है, फटाक से दूसरे में चले गए। कहा? ये बोलेंगे तो आप लोग को चॉकलेट मिलेगा, चॉकलेट गिफ्ट। एकदम कुछ भी नहीं पढ़े आप लोग, हाँ? पूरा एकदम ब्रह्मार्पणम ब्रह्मावि ब्रह्माग्नो ब्रह्मणाहुतम ब्रह्मैव तेन गंतव्यम ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना, सब ब्रह्म में लीन करके समाधि करे।
Secret creation.
I am asking, where is the place in the Bhagavatam? So Maitreya is explaining one topic and suddenly jumped another topic, and so topic went that side without any. Yes. What is the topic? What is that? What is that I am asking? ठीक है, कल तक जानकर आना है. So I am saying there are 2-3 places like that. Maitreya is telling this topic, one topic. So there is another topic, but it is also similar to that, but it is completely different from this, but similar also. So similar topic, of course, a different one, but it is a similar. So that's why he started speaking that. So such a incidents when happened in that past with Maitreya. Tell me. You understood my question? What is the question? Tell me. Who will tell the question? What is the question?
Talking before something and suddenly change it. But it is similar,
but that means he is telling about one topic and suddenly jump to another topic, but that is another topic, but it looks similar to this topic, but it is another. Such a jumping he did in past. Now also he did jump. Even there are two different incidents happened in the two different times and different circumstances, but they look like similar. That's why he is mentioning here also, like that when it happened. कल पता करके आएगा आप.
Or incarnation.
Huh?
Incarnation. Then
What is that? Tell me now. Give mic to Toby. Parasuram is very intelligent actually. He is very intelligent. Huh?
so speaking about and then the topic came. And suddenly he mentioned about incarnation, past time and
Wow! Give claps to him. I'll be chatting. Okay. So this is the thing. In 13th chapter, if you see, on that day, what happened? So in the initial day, actually, Swayambhumanu appeared, and his father Brahmaji told that Swayambhumanu, you go and so start rule on the earth. But there is no earth. It already drowned into Garbhodak ocean because of some reason. So then Manu informed that to the Brahmaji. Then Brahmaji was meditating how to lift that earth. Then from his meditation, when he was doing meditation, what happened? From his nose, who came? Svetavaraha. Svetavaraha came and it became so big and it lifted earth. At that time, are there any Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha on that first term? In that at that moment? No Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So while explaining this story, Maitri what he did? So Varaha went there and So while lifting that earth, he fought with Hiranyaksha, he said. And he killed Hiranyaksha, he said. And wait, first day, till now Hiranyaksha is not to birth also. And Maitreya started saying that Varaha killed Hiranyaksha while lifting the earth. Actually, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they appear in which Manvantara? Chaturth Manvantara. That's the sixth Manvantara. And now, at that time, what Manvantara story is explained? Swayambhu Manvantara. That's the first. It is the sixth. While explaining first Manvantara story, he brought the topic of sixth Manvantara all of the sudden. Oh Lord Varaha killed Hiranyaksha. Hurry! Which Varaha killed Hiranyaksha? Tamala Varnam Varaha. That means Tamala Varnam, sometimes they say it's a red color, sometimes they say as so blue color. Anyway, that red color Varaha killed Hiranyaksha. But story is going about which Varaha? White color Varaha. Mixing is done or not? Even though these two are the two different incidents, but looks like similar. So, even these two are the two different incidents, but Maitreya has merged both and said as a one Leela. Similarly, here, discussion is going about conditioned Jivatma, and all of sudden now he is telling about devotee Jivatma Rishi. उनका आदत ऐसा आता है बस कभी कभी इसके बारे में बोलते बोलते ऐसा है कुछ चीजों मिलता है तो मिलने वाला चीजों को भले अलग है लेकिन मिलने वाला चीजें तो डाल देते हैं ओके सुन रहे हैं क्लास में बोला गया है ना लेकिन सब भूल गए कभी ये पॉइंट तो जरूर बोलेंगे उस पर जो भी लेकिन आप लोग सब भूल के समाधि हो गया वो पॉइंट अंदर लो ठीक है क्या चले घर नहीं जाएंगे फेस ऐसा लगेगा हम नहीं जाएंगे इसका इसका कवर नहीं करूंगा कमेंट्री बहुत है कल करूंगा 11 श्लोक है थोड़ा सा रोज आधा आधा घंटा पढ़ाइए आप लोग आएंगे 6:45 आना है क्लास चलेगा 9:15 तक उधर 15 मिनट इधर 15 मिनट पढ़ाई साफ ओके एकदम आना है ठीक है 15 मिनट तो पढ़ाइए क्या है 15 मिनट लेट जाइए 6:45 to 9:15 ओके नहीं तो सिलेबस थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाएगा श्रील प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की हिताय को प्रेमा भाई
because it's like